Hello again everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the allotment. I've come down to the allotment today to do a full day session despite the fact that it's raining. It's nothing unusual really, I suppose. Yeah, it's raining today, pretty chilly, but I've got loads of stuff done today and I'm going to show you what I've been doing. We're pretty much ready for Christmas now, but there's one more thing I need to do, and it's in preparation for our Christmas dinner, and that is harvesting the carrots. Can't harvest any parsnips though, and I'll show you why that is in a moment. Complete and utter disaster with the parsnips. Yeah, we've not got a single one left. I'm sure you can guess why that is. It's been quite crazy weather at the moment in the UK. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, to be honest. It's been very mild though, so much so that the spring bulbs are starting to come up, and we've actually got purple sprouting broccoli starting to appear on the broccoli, which is crazy. It's only December and it's already starting to produce purple sprouting broccoli. Mental. But yeah, the spring bulbs I'm more surprised about. We've got tulips coming up. Tulips coming up in December, and the daffodils and the alliums are also starting to come up. It's unbelievable. It's been such a mild month. But we had Storm Dara last week. We've had a couple of other storms as well. Thankfully, or not so thankfully, because it protected us from the wind. I mean, they are a pain in the butt, these trees, for the most part, but they protected us from the wind. Although it completely ripped all the membrane up on the new plot, which I'm going to have to redo. I'm not so happy about that. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it did that. Just look at the bloody state of that. What is that? Honestly, it's like a flipping sandpit or something. The rats have just been rummaging and digging around in there, and there's not a single parsnip left, by the way. I tried to salvage some, but I was literally left with these tiny spindly little carrots, parsnips, sorry, not carrots. Yeah, they've just taken them all out. It's ridiculous. I'm not too happy about that. I'm investing in some snap traps for the rats. I've had a couple of subscribers make suggestions about different rat traps. One with a bucket and drowning the rats, and another one with glue traps. I mean, that's very inhumane, and also actually illegal. I didn't even know that. I was doing some research and it turns out that in the UK it is actually illegal to use glue traps as a form of rodent control, and you can actually have up to a year in prison, and you need a license to do it apparently. So yeah, I mean, it's inhumane anyway, and I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be using snap traps because it's much more humane. But yeah, it's actually illegal to drown rats and use glue traps, according to sources on Google anyway. I think it was the Gov website, gov.uk website, said that it's illegal to use glue traps unless you have a license. I mean, to be honest, you need a license for pretty much anything in the UK, including driving your TV. You need a license to do that as well. Let's have a look at what we've been doing DIY wise. All the raised beds are now built, finally. It's taken long enough. I've been doing this now for the last couple of months. There's the little teemu raised bed which we got the other week. A little bit, people have got mixed opinions on it. I think it's alright, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's flimsy, yes, very flimsy, and there's no rubber strip on the top, although it is smoothed off. It's sort of folded back on itself. And yeah, one person, I think it was Steve from Digwell Green Fingers. Yeah, the corners there are pretty sharp, to be fair, and you probably will get your wrists on those. But it should serve its purpose, I'm sure. Couple more raised beds there. I've just filled them up with compost, really, and wood chips from my paths, partly composted material, and a little bit of horse manure, but very well rotted stuff. And then I think in 2 months' time, before spring, we'll just top it up with topsoil. So they're done there. 3 more raised beds built there and also partly filled. It's just topsoil to go in those as well. Excuse the mess at the back there. I need to do a skip run. That is all the rubbish cleared into one corner. So here are the 2 others which I've recently built. These are the most recent ones because there was some wood on offer at Wickes. The wood is 2 by 5 inches, and these beds which I've built are 1.1 meters wide by 3.6 meters long. And yes, they are pretty chunky. I must say they should last a very long time. They're flipping heavy as well. Now that they're here, I can't really move them. I tried to move them a bit to straighten them up, and it was hard work. They are very heavy beds, but it's just a case of filling them up now. I'm going to line these like I have with the other ones and fill them up the same way. We've also got this one which we've built as well. I built that today, as well as one of these. It took me a few hours. And then the 3 beds at the front, similar story with these really. Partly composted material in there as well, and it's just filling them up now with topsoil for the last bit. Really, look at that. Just goes to show how mild it's been. Look, we've actually got rhubarb that's growing. Yeah, rhubarb's growing. The weeds are growing as well, of course, because it's so mild. Spring bulbs. Yep, they're starting to come up as well, look. Quite a lot of them actually. I need to clear this area though, it's a bit messy. But yeah, they're all starting to come up now. Alliums there. We've even got the tulips starting to come up. Isn't that crazy? I mean, tulips aren't even the earliest flowering bulb really. Well, it depends what variety you've got, I suppose. There are earlier tulips, and these aren't all early tulips. You know, there's daffodils, snowdrops, crocuses that come up usually quite often before tulips do. And look at that, we've got tulips growing in December. Crazy. So it's very, very wet at the moment. I can't wait to get a delivery of wood chip. I'm waiting for some. I'm not paying for it. I never usually pay for wood chip. There's a couple of arborists that drop wood chip off for us, but I do need to get them on these paths because it's very, very wet. And that's because I had to scoop all the wood chips up to help fill these beds up. Now the rats were being such a menace in the polytunnel with the brassicas that I actually had to move them into the greenhouse, because I'll show you now. The rats were actually damaging the brassicas. Look, they chewed the top of that one off. A couple of others as well have been damaged. I've moved what I can into the greenhouse. But interestingly, the all year round cauliflower has died for some reason. It's not doing very good. We did have some frost in November, quite hard frost actually, and I don't think that helped. I don't think the cauliflowers liked it very much, so they're goners really, to be honest. Yeah, we've got kale on the go, got purple sprouting broccoli and spring cabbages on the go. We're just trying to keep the rats away from them really. Okay, let's get these carrots harvested quickly before the rats come. The only reason we actually have some carrots, to be honest, is because we had them in the greenhouse on the bench, well out of the way of the rats. I think if these were outside, they would have been completely annihilated. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've got. I'm going to harvest this bucket first, I think. I hope you guys can see. This is the only thing for our Christmas dinner from the allotment, which is a real shame, but hopefully next year we have much more success because we're going to obliterate the rats. We're going to hopefully take care of that problem with snap traps and probably rat bait as well. We really need to get on top of that because we want to grow more root crops next year. Parsnips, carrots, more carrots, Swedes and different things like that. Now, there's our first one, which is kind of poking out the soil. Now, I don't know why, but there seems to be carrot root fly damage on there. Why is that? You know, they were like 3 or 4 feet off the floor on them benches in the greenhouse in buckets. How has the carrot root fly managed to get to them? That is a mystery. I don't know how that's happened. I really don't know. That is really strange. Maybe they've learnt to jump higher, potentially. Okay, reasonable carrots so far, but they've got damage from the root fly, which is a real blooming shame. These don't look too bad. Some holes in there, probably from slugs. Relatively clean. Can't see any. Well, there's a bit of damage on there. There is some root fly damage still on them, which is a real pain. We don't want to have to baby ones there. There's a lot of root fly damage on these, I must say. Much more than I expected. I thought, you know, there's actually more on these than there was in the ones outside, which is the opposite to what I thought would happen, to be honest. I thought that there'd be less in the greenhouse. I don't know. I really don't know how that's happened. Perhaps they were already in the soil. Oh, that's a decent one. Still some root fly damage on the bottom though. These ones they're not terrible carrots, to be honest. You know, you're talking large Chantenay size, really. I think we'll definitely have some with our Christmas dinner. It's just going to be a case of cutting off the bits with the root fly damage on, really. I mean, these are some. They're not too bad, are they? You know, they're all right. I think I'm quite happy with them. You know, reasonable handful of small carrots there. Yeah, I think we can take that. So, what are your plans for Christmas, guys? Are you hosting, or are you going round a family or friend's house for dinner, or are you going out for dinner? We're hosting this year. It's going to be a madhouse this year. There's going to be family round. It's going to be about 10 of us. Yeah, it's going to be busy this year. So look at these ones. These ones are in compost. Those 2 buckets which I just harvested was sandy compost. It was like compost and sand mixed together. This stuff is just compost. Let's have a look at the difference. What am I even saying? Let's just pull all these out. Got one big handful. Yeah, baby carrots, really. Yeah, just baby carrots, them. They look relatively clean. There's a couple with some damage on them. But yeah, I'm sure they'll do just fine, I think. Last bucket. Harvest them all, prep them and freeze them, I suppose. Yeah. That's not too bad, is it? That's not too bad at all. They are Amsterdam forcing. Yeah, reasonable baby carrots there, not too bad. You can see that the compost is too rich for them because they are quite hairy, but that's fine. The Amsterdam Forsyths seem to do quite well. They're a nice variety then. Yeah, they're not too bad. Just a shame that there is a bit of root fly damage on them. That is a real shame. Oh gosh! All that soil went in my face then. To be honest, they are the size I expected. I expected them to be small like this. I didn't expect any giant carrots because I did sow them quite close together in buckets. Next year I'm probably going to sow them much further apart in buckets and in raised beds outside, I think, for sure. But you know, not too bad at all really, actually. Not too bad. As I said, it's just a shame about the root fly damage on some of them. So that might be a bit of a pain when we're prepping them for tea. Anyway, that's our carrot harvest. Not too bad. So that, I think, is the last update of the year. The last update of 2024. I just wanted to do a quick one today, just showing you what I'm doing with the raised beds and how that's coming along. And also my carrot harvest as well. And more importantly, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all my lovely subscribers. I really do appreciate your support, supporting me on my YouTube journey. Subscribing to the channel means so much, and being able to share my allotment progress and also hopefully teach you guys something as well is an absolute honour. This year has been so fun, despite the fact that we've had a disastrous year. To be honest, it's been a disastrous growing season. There's been pest damage left, right and centre. I mean, I thought we would get away with the carrot harvest. It was pretty clean there, but we still had some carrot root fly damage. But the parsnips have been completely wiped out. The brassicas almost got wiped out. A couple of them did by the rats, so that's why I moved them into there. And the weather wasn't really on our side either. It was an awful summer, but I think we've done all right considering, and hopefully next year will be much better. So Merry Christmas everyone. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one. I will see you for a new update in the new year. That's all for now, guys. Happy gardening and stay safe.